Y'all think you know country music? You might not know this. Part 75. This is Jeanne Carolyn Stephenson. She was born in Anson, Texas in 1945. Her father, Oscar, was a sharecropper. Jeanne, her mother, Nora, and her sister, Helen, chopped and picked cotton. Her daddy played the French harp, or for some of you youngins, that's a harmonica. In fact, Jeanne said some of her earliest memories is listening to her daddy play the French harp. A few years later, her daddy quit farming, got a job as a mechanic. Her mother got a nursing degree, started working as a nurse at Anson General Hospital. While mom and daddy's working, her and her sisters listening to music. Her sister played the clarinet and was listening to things like Mozart and Beethoven, while Jeanne was listening to Little Richard and Lefty Frizzell and a little blues mixed in, and secretly going in the bathroom and singing into her hairbrush Patty Page, and later on Connie Smith. Her uncle, Johnny Moore, had went to Nashville and cut a few sides, and he had some modest success with 15 acres of peanut land. 15 acres of peanut land. And he was also running the Jones County Jamboree at the Anson High School every month. One night before this show, Jeanne got up the courage about an hour before the show started and asked her uncle Johnny if she could perform. He told her, go work a couple of songs up with the band. So she chose Ray Price's My Shoes Keep Walking Back to You.
Keep calling for you, and my shoes keep walking back to you.
And Gene Shepard's If You Were Losing Me to Him. Well, needless to say, everybody loved her. She became a regular at the Jones County Jamboree. Well, all this did was fuel her fire even more to want to go to Nashville and sing country music. Now, she made a friend in high school, Shirley Starnes. She began spending a lot of time over at Shirley's house. Well, Shirley had a brother, Billy Starnes, and they were crushing on each other. So they became boyfriend and girlfriend for about a year. And one day at the skating rink, Billy broke up with her, broke her heart. 6 months later, she started going on some dates with another classmate, Mickey Riley. He lived a couple of blocks down the street from Billy, and they used to drag race. And in 1963, Jeanne and Mickey got married. A few months later, there was a baby on the way. One day, as she was doing the dishes and listening to Merle Haggard, she started crying. Her husband, Mickey, came in and said, pack your bags. We're moving to Nashville. I can't have you crying in your dishwater anymore. I'm taking you to your music. Uncle Johnny Moore paid for the whole family a trip to Nashville for 3 days. She said they loaded up in 2 cars and headed that way. When they got there, they got a backstage trip to the Grand Ole Opry. They encountered Doyle Wilburn of the Wilburn Brothers, who agreed to let Jeanne record a demo, which she did, which Doyle was very impressed with, but thought maybe she sounded too much like Connie Smith. So she came back home to Anson. Her dreams shattered. Needless to say, this only made things worse. This only made her want to be in Nashville even worse. So in 1966, her uncle Johnny Moore had bought a gas station in downtown Nashville, and Mickey was going to manage it. So they moved to Nashville. And Mickey worked at this gas station and played her demo when businessman and songwriter Jerry Chestnut heard it one day. And then Jerry Chestnut ended up hiring her to be his secretary at his publishing company, Passkey Music. Jerry Chestnut agrees to play her demo for his friends at Monument Records, and then says they're very interested, but they want her to change her name if she's going to do anything, because they already have Jeanne Seeley that they're doing so good with. So they send her to a DJ convention where Jerry Chestnut meets a DJ out of Reno, Nevada named Paul Perry. Paul becomes Jeanne's first manager. Then Paul contacts this man, Shelby Singleton, who at this time had Plantation Records and really wanted to get into country music, and who had also been sent a song a few months earlier written by an unknown Tom Hall. So all the universes aligned for Jeanne, because he heard her voice on the demo and immediately thought of her for the song that he was just pitched. He tells Paul Perry, bring her in, I'll cut some sides on her. So she comes in, and he said, I'm going to cut a #1 pop record for you. And she said, I don't want a #1 pop record. I want a country record. He says, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be country too." And boy, was it. They go into Columbia Studio A in Nashville, and they cut this song.
I want to tell you all the story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High.
And Jeannie adds a C, and she's now Jeannie C. Riley. And it is a huge worldwide hit within days. Shelby Singleton sends out hundreds of copies while the records are still being pressed of Harper Valley PTA. And then just 10 days later releases the first album, which was a #1 and a pop #1. This was the first time that a female had a #1 country record and pop record. The song was so big that a movie was made after it, starring Barbara Eden as Mrs. Johnson. Then a TV series called Harper Valley was made that again Barbara Eden starred in. Needless to say, Jeannie C. Riley was off and running. She did every TV show, made numerous appearances, toured the world. Shortly after, a second record was released called Yearbooks and Yesterdays, which produced another #1 song, The Girl Most Likely. Well, at the height of her career in 1970, her and Mickey Riley got divorced. They would continue to release records, sign with all different record labels, every one of them you can think of. I'm just not quite sure that all these labels promoted her the way she should have been promoted. She is one hell of a talent that is often overlooked, in my opinion. In 1975, her and Mickey remarried. Jeannie converted from country music to gospel music during this time. She was also diagnosed with bipolar disorder and battled serious bouts of depression. She would continue to release gospel records, make appearances. In 1991, Jeannie and Mickey divorced again. Then in 2011, Jeannie reconnected with Billy Starnes. The two were married in 2012 and remain married to this day. She has reconnected with her faith and is a born-again Christian and could not be happier. And we couldn't be happier for her. Miss Jeannie just had a birthday a few days ago, turned 80 years young. Y'all wish her some love in the comments, and go back and buy and listen to some of these records. They're really good songs that really never got the promotion, in my opinion, that they deserved. I appreciate all y'all. Don't forget to like and share this with your friends, and follow me for a whole bunch more. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.